Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to King Arena here on campus at Wheaton College. I'm Nate Stein alongside Casey Balakian, and we have a men's basketball matchup for you tonight here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. We have your Wheaton Thunder facing off with the Calvin Knights. Should be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said it. It should be a good one. There's really not much else you can say. This is a team in the Calvin Knights, loves to pound the ball down low, not really that great from deep. On the other side in white, you've got the complete opposite. You got a team that doesn't really want to play with you down low. They're not big, they're not strong, but boy, can they shoot it from outside. So if you're the Calvin Knights, you really got to contain Ricky Samuelson, Aston Francis, keep them from shooting deep balls, keep them from working their advantage on the perimeter. If you're the Thunder, you got to be strong down low.
Yeah, Casey, one of the things we talked about before the game, looking at the Calvin starting lineup, they have 6'2", 6'6", 6'8", 6'5", 6'2". Again, the Thunder, biggest guy on the roster period is 6'8", but that's Mark Champion and Jay Spencer. They don't see consistent minutes.
Yeah. Their point guards are 6'2", ours are 6'1". Their forwards are 6'8", ours are 6'5". It's a lopsided matchup if you're in the paint for the Thunder. So look to see the Thunder try to push it in transition. Look to see the Thunder try to get those 3-point balls, get that going early. Because if they don't, it could be a long night. This is a Calvin team that they can beat, but they're going to have to step up their game.
Yeah, looking at common opponents, the one common opponent these two teams have is Augustana. Both played out in Rock Island. The Thunder fell by 2 in a really close game, 73-71. The Knights, on the other hand, lost by a score of 79-60. And Casey, we were talking about this beforehand. I believe it was Cam Denny, who was averaging in the teens in points, held to just 8 points that game.
Yeah, exactly, and that might be the key. He has scored some big points in some of their losses, but definitely got to silence Denny if you're the Thunder and you want to win this game.
We're going to send it onto the court for the opening ceremony. Stick with us right here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wheaton College basketball. Tonight we have Wheaton College Thunder going up against the Calvin College Knights. And now we're going to please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Now the starting lineups. First, the visitors from Calvin. We have one guard, 6'2", South Wheaton, number 20, Tony. The other guard, 6'2", number 42, Nick Romeyer. We have one forward, 6'2", number 22, Cam Denny. The other forward, 6'5", number 32, Michael Wilkes. And the center, a 6'8", sophomore, who's by
are back here at King Arena just moments away from tip-off. Going to run through the starting lineups really quickly. The usual suspects for the Thunder. It's Aston Francis, Luke Peters, Kobe Eichelberger, Ricky Samuelson, and Reagan Jones. For the Knights, we have Tony Cannony, Cam Denny, Austin Bykirk, Michael Wilkes, and Nick Cronenmeyer.
And like we said, just a huge size advantage for this team in maroon. You got to look for the Thunder to get Reagan Jones spreading that defense out like what we've seen him do in the past. He's going to be a huge, if he can get his shot going early and get those big Calvin defenders out of the key, that could really open things up for the Thunder.
In this case, this is the first time we get a look at this Thunder team since the football team has come back. That's Spencer Peterson, Adam Sandy, and Christian Simpson all back for this team. We're not sure how much we'll see them, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to talk to Coach Schauer and see how that's impacted practice.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a guy like Spencer Peterson, in shape and ready for a game like this one where you got a big team on the other side, but I don't know that we'll see him much tonight.
Peters up top working here on Cannony, and Peters throws it away.
Yeah, that's a tough start right there. A little bit of the jitters coming back to the home court after, they played 4 games here and then haven't played here for a few weeks. So maybe a little bit of the jitters, but good defense there by the Knights.
Denny handling the ball on this side. Bykirk looking inside. He has Wilkes. Wilkes goes up, can't finish. And Samuelson's going to be called for the foul.
So right away, the Knights come out in a flex offensive set. That's something that they like to do. The Thunder are going to have to be really, really good about jumping over that screen, making sure that they're in the middle of the key, ready to go when that guy comes off the back screen on the baseline.
Bykirk swings it up top for Kennedy, looking back for Bykirk. Tipped out to Denny. Bykirk working down low, works his way into the lane and finishes up top.
A 6'8", and he elevated. That's a tough shot to block if you're Reagan Jones.
Peters on the other end, Cannony guarding him. Samuelson, Jones, Francis a deep 3, it's good.
You knew he was shooting that as soon as he caught it. That guy can really shoot from deep.
Cannony with it, has Bykirk. Wilkes on the wing, Peters in his face. Cross-court pass. Bykirk, and that's a travel. Really good defense there from Eichelberger, holding his ground, not trying to draw a foul, not flopping or anything, just staying there with his arms straight up. Total deniability for Eichelberger down low.
Great defense on all accounts there by the Thunder. Get the ball back, maybe increase the lead here.
Francis with it, looking down low. Great job leading Samuelson down low. Threw that ball before Samuelson started the cut, but Ricky unable to finish at the rim.
You can see the Knights are really trying to exploit that advantage down low. They're posting everyone up on those flex cuts.
Now looking inside, Samuelson gets his hands in there, almost saves it, but just his toe on the line, so it will stay Calvin Ball, but just 12 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Inbounded to Cronenmeyer. Francis jumping on that one. And a shot from Wilkes is good. 4-3 early on here, 18 to play in the first half. Peters with a couple of nice crossover moves, trying to find some space from Cannony. Gets it to Samuelson. Eichelberger. Francis trying to post up down low. Cronenmeyer guarding him. Francis kicks it out. Eichelberger for 3. No good. Rising up and tipping that one away is Jones. Cronenmeyer ends up with it. Samuelson steps up to slow down Cronenmeyer. Gets it down low for Bykirk. And then there's going to be an offensive foul on the moving screen. That one's going to be given to Wilkes.
I didn't see it. I saw Aston Francis fall down. We'll see it on the replay here. Yeah, just a pretty blatant illegal screen there.
Kind of blindsided Francis there. Didn't even stop his body at all. Then Wilkes just kind of ran into him and threw a little bit of a forearm shiver into the lower back. Francis working on the right wing. Samuelson up top. Jones inside. Peters, he loves to work down low. Goes up, draws the foul from Cannony, and Peters will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, and I don't know if I think this was a foul just on the first glimpse. We'll see it again here. Maybe got him a little bit with the body. I think that was the call.
Yeah, you see that right leg
low.
kind of swing up, a little Draymond Green action.
Yeah, unfortunately, free throws have not been the forte of Peters as he converts the first. Something that we definitely, if you're a Wheaton fan, would love to watch improve. A 47, I believe it is, % free throw converting percentage on the season, and that is hack-a-shack level.
And Peters goes 2 of 2. Eat your words, Casey Balikian.
I'm glad to eat my words. I'm a Wheaton fan through and through, but
I'll take a bite with you. Wilkes with it, gets it to Denny. Denny pulls up for 3. Eichelberger with a hand up, and Denny knocks it down.
A dual threat, that guy. You gotta be on him close, but he's so quick. He's got such athleticism. It's tough to guard.
Samuelson to Jones. Jones for 3 to match him. No good. Eichelberger flies in, but Denny pulls down the rebound. Going the other way. Pushes that one ahead to Welch. Kicked out to Cannony. 3-pointer from DeWitt. No good, and there will be a foul on the Knights. And that'll be Welch picking up his first of the night. Yeah, just holding Samuelson, going up over the back.
Both teams able to, kind of do what they want here. Neither team really being forced into anything uncomfortable offensively. It's really just been, a matter of can you convert when you get the good shots.
Francis working down low, turn around, throws that one cross court to Peters. Peters kicked out to Eichelberger, quick pass, Samuelson for 3. No good. Rebound, Wilkes. Denny. Good job by Peters hedging on that screen. Welch working down low on Gunter. Gets it out. Down low again, Wilkes, a fadeaway. That one rattles home.
Very good ball movement by the team in red there. Knew where everybody was. Even probably had one more pass to the block there, but it doesn't matter. 2 points.
Gunter working down low on Welch. Steps through, goes up strong. Can't finish. Rebound, Denny again. Cannony taking it up now. Welch, down low, Denny. Great spin move, and Denny finishes with the floater, and now we'll see a timeout from Coach Schauer.
Yeah, you see them start to pull away, getting a little momentum, some pep in their step. That's a good timeout from Coach Schauer, a coach who does not like to call timeouts in the middle of games. He hoards those things, but a good one there, I think, as Denny already with 5 points, 2 rebounds, really starting to pull away.
Yeah, we see the size of the Knights making a huge difference down low. Everybody can post up. And the Thunder trying to give it to them a little bit on their offensive end as well. You see Francis posting up, which that's something we haven't really seen yet this season.
Yeah, and bluntly, Nate, I could be wrong here. I think that's a bad idea. I think if you're the Thunder, your advantage is you are shooting, what are you shooting, 40-something% from 3, like high 40s from 3 right now. And
about 40 even.
40%. That's
still
a very good percentage from 3. You gotta trust that. That's your identity right now. And as soon as they start respecting that 3-point shot, you saw Aston Francis hit that first one, hit a couple more, then they come out, then that's when you drive. But posting up, the Thunder are not going to find their advantage in trying to score from the post. If Luke Peters wants to post up and kick it out, great. But I don't think that they should be shooting the ball from that close just off of a post move.
Francis with it on the wing. Crosses over, swings it across, but Denny waiting for that one, picks it off. DeWitt up top, Denny around for 3 is Wilkes. That one rims out, and that will stay Knight ball, last touch by the Thunder.
Good ball movement there by the Knights, and that's something that the Thunder have got to do. It looks like the Knights are just going to move the ball, take the shot clock, get it down low, and pound it in there. You've got to deny those passing lanes and keep them uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Zach Quam into the game with the stoppage. Denny, a fadeaway 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Welch. Kennedy swings it to Denny. Denny looking inside. Welch all alone. Gunter just lost it.
Wow. What a pass. I mean, wow.
Peters trying to take it himself, swings it out. Gets around to Quam. Samuelson. Gunter in the corner. Back to Samuelson. 10 on the shot clock for the Thunder. Samuelson off the dribble, no good. That one not close, and Spencer's going to pick up a foul for the push.
So what I don't want to see is that. Let me clarify. I think it's good that we didn't try to like post up and work our advantage down low because we have none. But you've got to stay moving. And that possession was very, very stagnant. There was maybe one cut through the key. You're never going to get open on the perimeter if you don't threaten to go down low. And even though the Thunder have no advantage there, they've got to make that threat known.
Cannony bringing it up court. Truala down low. Jump shot no good. Jones with the rebound. Quam gets it ahead to Francis. Francis drives baseline, pulls up. That one no good. Rebound Welch. Francis in the lane though. And one. Ashton Francis making it happen. Just taking that ball away and finishing through some contact. You can see he just waits up on that one, takes it from Cannony, baits Welch and spins it off the glass with the soft touch.
Really good awareness by number 1 in white there. A really good job of, he didn't follow his shot because he thought it was going in like any good player does. But as soon as the rebound wasn't there, he was ready to play defense, and that was great by Ashton Francis. And part of the reason that he's averaging so many points is because he's able to do things like that. Francis
Finishes off the three-point play, draw the Thunder within 5. 13:50 something left in the first half.
Little guesstimate.
Yeah, time's always ticking. As soon as I tell him the exact number, I'm going to be wrong.
It's gone.
Driving in and finishing there was Denny. Denny has impressed me so far.
Yeah, big fan of number 22 in red.
Quam swings it to Samuelson. Samuelson all alone for three. No good. Francis with the offensive rebound. Just got lost in the air. Realized too late he didn't have the angle. DeWitt for three. That one no good. Jones comes up with the rebound. Thunder have numbers. 4 on 3. Francis in the corner. Down low for Quam. Quam finishes. Great look. Francis getting it right back.
Francis has done a great job adjusting to being this team's leading scorer. Having never played with any of these guys before, he does a really good job of keeping people involved while also scoring whatever amount of points he scores every game.
Denny with Spencer on him. 10 on the shot clock. Cannony. Francis right with him. Cannony goes up, off balance shot, knocks it down. Quam bringing it up court. Crosses over, kicks it to Jones. Jones for three, trying to get going, and he does. Reagan Jones for three. Thunder down 4 with 12.5 to play.
That's going to be really helpful. If you can pull Bykirk out to the perimeter and make him respect that shot, that's really going to open stuff up for the Thunder.
Bykirk with it. Denny, a deep three. That one no good. Rebound Francis. Francis spinning into the lane, kicks it out. Samuelson wide open three. Count it! And just like that, the Thunder within 1 after being down by 8 just a minute ago.
Yeah, and the Thunder are doing a really good job of executing their game plan on defense here, I think. I mean, Denny's scoring some points, but they're letting him shoot, and that's, I mean, he's shooting 25% from 3. I'll take that as opposed to, you know, what he can do from the inside.
Into the corner, driving in and drawing the foul was Truala. There you see Jones just gets him on that left shoulder, and Spencer goes in there to make sure that ball can't find its way into the hoop.
Yeah, Spencer getting some minutes early, at least before they went on their little road stint there. Spencer getting very few minutes at all. Now he's getting minutes and the assignment, the big assignment of guarding number 22, Cam Denny. I mean, that's the big leagues right there for 25, and he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously don't know what Coach Shower's planning with that, but you got to think it has something to do with Spencer being 6'8" and incredibly athletic. Just having both the size and speed to stay with Denny. Because we'll get a timeout here from Calvin. But I mean, it makes sense. You look at it on paper, Denny is a 6'6" point forward, basically. Guy who can handle the ball anywhere. He can work down low. He's made a couple longer shots. He's not shooting that well from deep on the season, though. So I can imagine Coach Shower looking down his bench going, all right, Jay, you're 6'8" and athletic. Have at it.
And I think also part of it is, you know, he's only one man. Cam Denny's only one man. He's probably in very good shape. But if you can pick anywhere from 2 to 4 guys that can guard him successfully and just rotate that in and out, it's really hard to get a rhythm. Scoring on Jay Spencer is a lot different than scoring on Luke Peters, is a lot different than scoring on Kobe Eichelberger. And if you can rotate those, it gives them a different look and makes it tougher to score.
Francis with it on the wing, gets it to Malagan. Jones looking inside for Peters, and there's a foul on the floor. That's either going to be Denny or Van Boxel, and it will be Denny. That's his second. Oh, no, Van Boxel, pardon me. Denny had the previous one for his second.
That would have been a big foul on Denny if they had called that one.
Yeah, picking up his third with 11 and a half to play. And Peters with a great dish there to find Reagan Jones. Last second, no look. Working with it is Kronmeyer. Up top for Wilkes. Denny. Eichelberger all over him. Eichelberger tips that one away, ends up with Jones.
Good defense there by Eichelberger, active hands.
Peters, Reagan Jones, a deep three. That one no good, rebound Kronmeyer. And a great look from Denny.
Yeah.
Fancy pass there. And then a good, honestly, a really good pivot.
Looked like 3 steps there. Yeah, that's definitely a travel. Just throwing that one out there.
NBA rules.
Where if they're going to score, it's not a foul or a or a violation.
Exactly.
If the points are going on the board, then it's clean.
The first one from DeVries, no good. And we'll see Gunter enter for Jones.
Don't get me started on the NBA, Nate.
Hey, it's the last time we're going to work together. Might as well.
Might as well rant for a while, huh?
Have at it.
Maybe later.
All right, that's fair. Peters gets it to Francis. Down low for Peters. And Peters goes up left hand, finishes through some contact. And we're all knotted up at 20.
Tough move there, taking advantage of the fact that Bykirk's off the court. Peters there going to the middle, not having to shoot over the 6'8 presence.
Van Boxel swings it out. DeVries pump fake, steps up. That one's good.
That's a high-level move right there. To be able to have that convincing of a pump fake, take one dribble and still hit that jumper, stay composed, that's a high-level move.
Peters, Malagan. Francis still looking to post up. Eichelberger drives in, tries to finish with the floater, and ooh, that's tough. It will be night ball. I think we're gonna see 3 Knights go up with it. That's a bad call. I started to say that loudly, and a referee started walking in front of us. So gotta watch my tongue a little bit. There wasn't a Thunder player in the mix there. That's just missed. Denny looking down low for Kronmeyer. Kronmeyer can't finish the bunny. Gunter comes in for the rebound. Thunder pressing ahead. Peters gets it to Francis, drives baseline. Almost finishes with the fancy up and under. Rebound Wilkes. Van Boxel, Kronmeyer, Wilkes kind of rushed that shot. I don't think he realized how open he was.
Yeah, the Thunder got very lucky. That was very bad defense. He was wide open.
Eichelberger, deep three. That one not close. Denny with it. Van Boxel, back to Denny. Swings it around to Wilkes. Van Boxel, deep 2, no good. Rebound Francis. And Francis with a fancy pass there. Looking straight at Peters, drops it off to Eichelberger, goes up and soft touch off the glass.
You know, a lot of people will say, oh, I hate that, fancy no-look stuff. He was very effective. I don't think if he doesn't look that pass off, he doesn't complete that pass. So very good move there by Aston. I think necessary move to look off that pass.
And Kronmeyer all alone down low.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Thunder have got to be better about jumping to ball. When the ball gets swung around this flex defense or flex offense, you've got to get yourself to the middle of the key, or that guy's going to be wide open off the screen every time.
Francis working on the right wing, gets it down low to Peters.
Oh, he almost called a charge.
He almost called a charge, but I think that's a pretty obvious flop.
I want to see it. I want to see it. Oh, he got him in there.
Yeah, he got him a little bit, but there's embellishment there for sure.
Definitely.
I like that call.
He almost bought it. He almost bought it.
You saw him get to hear his right arm was up by his ear, and then he thought better of it. Who knows? It might have been the presence of the football team right there on the baseline.
Maybe. Football team finally present at these games after having an impressive run all the way to the Elite Eight, falling to Mary Hardin Baylor just last Saturday. Good season, though, all around. Ended up with a couple injuries that hurt him in the Mary Hardin Baylor game, but Mary Hardin Baylor is #1 in the country. Tough to beat them.
Yeah, that's a good team. And I'm not sure what happened today. They had Mount Union.
Yeah,
if they won that game, I said this after last week's game, I thought Mary Hardin Baylor was going to win it all. So unless Mount Union proved me wrong today, I'm going to stand by that.
We will keep you updated on that. I'm looking it up right now.
Francis, a real deep three. That one off the back iron, rebound Welch.
And for those of you keeping score at home, Mary Hardin Baylor beat Mount Union today 14-12.
Yeah, I stand by it. That Mary Hardin Baylor team is a good team.
Yeah, they'll play UW Oshkosh in the national championships next Saturday.
At the Stag Bowl out in Salem, Virginia.
Yep.
And how about that, a UW team that's not Whitewater in the football national championship game.
Good for them. Good for them.
And no Mount Union either. There's no purple in that game. oh, actually, that's not true. Mary Hardin Baylor's purple.
Oh.
I lied. I'm sorry.
Back to King Arena.
Kromeyer working on Quam. And good help defense there from Eichelberger. Tips the pass. Peters ends up with it. Takes it, kicks it to Eichelberger. Eichelberger drives in with the left hand. No good. Going to call it travel. That's tough.
Yeah, it was a good, strong move. I just think, I don't know that was a travel, but it didn't look good. It might not have technically been a travel, but he looked like he was laboring.
It looked awkward, yeah.
Yeah, and when you look like you're laboring, you're much more likely to get called a travel than even if you look smooth but you travel.
And Eichelberger making up for it right away. Goes up strong after the steal, but can't finish. Had Spencer trailing him. You know how I feel about that, Casey. I don't need to say anything else to you.
I think we all want to see one off the backboard and alley-oop to Spencer.
A deep three from Bykirk, no good. Rebound, Eichelberger, and gives it right back to Welch.
That's a fatigue turnover right there. That's just he's run down the floor hard 3 times in a row. He was going again, and you got to jump stop, and that was just fatigue.
Bykirk swings it to Kromeyer. Kromeyer looking for somewhere to go. Gets it to Cannony. Inside to Welch. 7 on the shot clock. Bykirk for 3. Spencer got up there. Offensive rebound, Welch. And Welch goes in and draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the Red Sea kind of parts right there. Everybody kind of clears out. Does a good job. Welch going to the basket.
I got my touches in. I don't know how that ball got over here, but I got my touches in.
Last game of the season, and Nate Stein's getting his hand on the ball.
Hey, you got to be in the gym every day if you want to get your touches.
So a new line almost completely here for the Thunder, as Luke Peters will be the only one that stays in.
Yeah, so on the floor for the Thunder, Jones, Samuelson, Gunter, Malagan, and Peters. Second one no good, rebound Gunter. Thunder trail by 3 with 6 to play in the first half here at King Arena. Looking to reclaim their winning ways. Haven't lost 2 straight all season. Samuelson. Gunter looking for somewhere to go down low. Goes right into the body of Welch, goes up strong and finishes.
It's a good take baseline. If you're gonna go to the post, which again I'm skeptical on, you gotta go baseline, because if you drive into that help, you're in trouble. Especially when Bykirk or Welch was on the floor.
Or both.
Or both.
Kromeyer with it. Looking for somewhere to go. Bykirk in the far corner. Drives inside, kicks it out. Welch for 3. That one no good. Rebound Malagan. Peters working here on Cannony, backs his way down and finishes with the soft touch in the lane. Good drop step. Peters finds one of the only guys who he has equal size or size advantage on in Cannony at 6'2".
And since it was kind of that was an interesting little fast break back down. And I don't think that the Knights were ready to step up and help defense, so Luke Peters got him kind of all to himself. So here with 5 minutes left, the Thunder just reclaimed the lead in a 26-25 game that looks like it'll be close right till the end, Nate.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Both these teams have been going back and forth the whole time, and it's really just going to come down to whether the Thunder can get some good defensive stops in the post.
Yeah, and I hate to say this soon because it's a little preemptive, but games like this can be won and lost by coaches. These are the kinds of games where if a coach can make a good defensive adjustment at halftime, or a coach can, put something in offensively that the other team can't adjust to, that can be the difference in a game that's this close. And so we'll look to see what these coaches do at halftime.
Bykirk with it, looking inside for Denny. We have Gunter on Denny, and Gunter's going to get called for the hand check, and Denny will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1.
Making his presence known, number 22, been off the floor for a while, and he'll immediately try to get himself back on the board.
First one from Denny is good. 65% free throw shooter on the season. And he goes 2 of 2 there.
This is the kind of game that looks good on a stat sheet. There's going to be about 30 lead changes in the first half.
I like it. Always the most fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Samuelson. And that'll be a foul away from the ball. That's going to be Cannony called for holding on to Peters, trying to move through. So Peters now will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Cannony seems to really be struggling with Peters down there. Peters is 6'3", Cannony is 6'2". I like the idea of Peters posting and kicking. I don't know that I like him spinning into Bykirk or Welch, but if he's going to post up and get fouled, then
by all means.
Yeah, if Cannony's going to bail him out and send him to the free throw line without having to do anything, sure. If I was Coach Van de Streek right now, I would be livid. You cannot foul off the ball in a game like this and send their guys to the free throw line.
And Peters stays perfect from the charity stripe tonight. And man, it feels good to say that.
Exactly.
Cannony taking it the other way, kicks it to Denny. Denny swings it, now working down low is Bykirk. Peters on the help side. And Peters saves that one, looking for Gunter, and Gunter goes up with a strong move to take that one away from Denny. Now Peters driving. Oh my.
Little circus action for Peters there.
That was saucy.
That was a little bit saucy.
I'm just going to leave it at that. Bykirk with it on the near side wing. And that one thrown away. Unable to hold on to that one is Truala. This is a pass just way over his head.
All Luke Peters right there. Luke Peters looks like he's out of position, but he jumped that screen and got to the middle of the key just like he needs to. And as soon as whoever that was on the perimeter,
Truala,
saw that he was in the key, he didn't make the cut, jumped back out, and that's what forced that cross-court pass. It's a tough pass to complete. That's great defense for Luke Peters.
Quam looking for somewhere to go. Jones, Quam again, and Quam going all the way to the rack, and a good finish with the right hand, past a couple defenders, and the Thunder up by 5, and I believe that's their largest lead of the night. Cannony, Wilkes, inside, Malagan's going to get called for the reach-in. You can see here on the replay, Malagan just a little overexcited, jumping through and getting the bottom of DeWitt's arm. First one from DeWitt is good. He earns a second. Second one from DeWitt, also good. 3-point game with just over 3 minutes to play in the first half. This one has all the makings for a barn burner.
Like I said, the second half will be very interesting to see what Coach Vanderstreek and Coach Schaller do coming out of the halftime to make adjustments.
Right idea there from Jones. Peters had an unimpeded look at the basket,
Wow.
and there you see Bykirk rising up. Thought about throwing that one down, but adjusted at the last second. Probably would not have converted the dunk. Peters now driving in, left hand, no good. Rebound, Denny ahead is DeWitt, and great defense there by Eichelberger, forcing him to adjust his shot. Now kicked out to Peters for three. It's good. Great sequence there from the Thunder. Eichelberger avoiding the contact on defense and just making DeWitt adjust the shot, then taking it the other way. Driving kick. You've been saying it all night long, Casey.
Beautiful. Beautifully done for the Thunder.
Wilkes with it. DeWitt into the corner for Denny. Denny for three. He knocks it down.
He's got that little hitch in his shot that makes me think he's not going to shoot every single time he shoots, but it goes in. I don't like, it's not very smooth, but boy, when it goes through the net, it is.
Nice. Jones up top for Eichelberger. Quam. Looking for Gunter. Gunter goes up strong, draws the foul, and he will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, I think it's pretty easy to overlook what just happened on the other side of the floor. I mean, like you said, that was a great sequence by the Thunder, and Denny just kind of decided that it was over. I mean, he just said, okay, I'm going to shoot a three now, it's going to go in, and like your momentum is over now. I mean, that's something that can go underappreciated, I think, in a player, is just the ability to single-handedly stop a run. And basketball is a game of runs, and I mean, Denny just not deflated, but the Thunder had a 6-point lead, I think, and now it's back down to 1.
Gunter goes over from the charity stripe, but that was Eichelberger pulling down an offensive rebound. So Thunder still on top by 1. Chance to extend a little bit here. Peters kicks it out. Eichelberger head fake. Looking for somewhere to go, gets it back to Peters. 10 on the shot clock. Thunder have to get something going quick on the reset. Peters pulls up and knocks it down. And this is a little bit of a coming out party for Luke Peters.
Yeah.
As far as you and I working games at home, this is the best we've seen him play all season.
He is feeling it. He's on pace for 30 points in this game. 15 already here in the first half.
Denny looking down low. He has Bykirk kicked out to Denny. Kennedy looking for Bykirk, but Bykirk can't hold on to it, and it will be Thunder ball. 45 left in the first half. Francis and Samuelson coming back in alongside Malagan.
Both of those guys been sitting with 2 fouls here for most of this first half. So coach looking to get some offense back on the floor.
And Thunder had 6 men on the court for a second. Malagan not supposed to be in the game, actually.
Hey, the young guy wants to play, let him play.
Let the kids play. So now that there's even teams on the floor, Peters will take it up. Eichelberger, Peters.
Thought they might try to go 2 for 1. Doesn't look like they will.
Peters kicks it to Samuelson, a corner 3, no good. And it will be night ball, and now we'll see Kwame Malagan sub back in. Offense, defense is what they're doing here as Francis and Samuelson come off the floor.
Yeah, I think a little bit more than offense, defense, it's, okay, Ricky Samuelson and Aston Francis are really good offensively, but I cannot have them get 3 fouls, so get them off the floor on defense.
Yeah, you're right. Bykirk with it, 7 on the clock. He's gonna try to take it himself, kicks it out, 3-pointer, no good, offensive rebound, and there'll be a foul on the floor. And it will be Calvin ball, or rather going to the line to shoot a pair, will be Kronmeyer.
Yeah, and I don't know if Calvin did this on purpose. I don't know that I've ever said this on air either, but it's always my belief that when you're facing the end of the clock, you need to get the ball off with 1.5 seconds if you have a good shot. If you don't, then, take your time, get a good shot. But if you can get a good shot up with 1.5 seconds, do it. Because a lot of the times at the end of the clock, teams are just hoping that ball doesn't go in and they don't box out. That's what just happened right there. The Thunder didn't box, and that's why these guys got these free throws. And that's a couple points on the board that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Peters throws up a prayer, and that one catches the rafters here in King Arena. So that'll do it for the first half. Your score after 20 minutes, the Wheaton Thunder 37, the Calvin Knights 36. We'll be back with the second half of action after this break on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.
At the heart of the Wheaton College mission are Wheaton College students. The young men and women God has called to our campus for education, apprenticeship, and discipleship. Students whose minds and hearts the living Christ has entrusted us to prepare for kingdom service that transforms the world. Whether they are called to the classroom or the boardroom, whether they serve impoverished communities in Africa or grace the concert halls of Europe, whether they preach from the pulpit or confess Christ in the coffee shop, Wheaton students are at the forefront of Christian leadership, growing families and building communities, using their knowledge and faith in service to the church and the world. Today's Wheaton students stand on the shoulders of many faithful servants who have gone before, a great cloud of witnesses whose testimonies challenge us all to give the love of Jesus Christ to a world with needs that will not wait. Now I invite you to join us in a comprehensive campaign to make every student's Wheaton education more remarkable, more relevant, and more reachable, not only today, but also for generations to come. When you join us in supporting Wheaton's From the Heart for the Kingdom capital campaign, you invest in a liberal arts education that is rare and precious. Together we will build on our commitment to academic excellence, grounded in the person and work of Jesus Christ, carried out in state-of-the-art facilities and encompassing the full spectrum of the arts and sciences. Together we will empower each student to articulate a clear biblical and personal understanding of vocation, providing the tools that kingdom servants need to fulfill their God-given callings. We will expand student access to diverse and deeply enriching learning opportunities on campus and beyond, preparing them to address the complexities of a globally connected world. Together, we will enable students of all social, racial, economic, and geographic backgrounds to flourish by keeping a Wheaton College education affordable and providing not only a warm welcome, but also a true home for every qualified Christian student. Now, more than ever, Wheaton College depends on you, loyal alumni, parents, and friends, to support the capacious vision of learning for all of life that is at the heart of Christian liberal arts education. This rare and precious endeavor requires extraordinary engagement from kingdom-minded Christians who champion Wheaton's mission to prepare young leaders who have a passionate commitment to live from the heart for the kingdom.
I think a lot of today tries to emphasize how much you need to be the individual and how much you need to kind of have your plan set out for you as soon as you reach the end of high school. Vanguard just kind of popped out of nowhere, and the idea of a gap year, spending it in the woods, and I felt like I just needed to take some time away from the kind of rigorous academic world just to kind of recenter myself. I feel like this is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, was to take a gap year.
For me, going right to college was really kind of a scary thought because I didn't know what I wanted to major in, what I wanted to do. So taking a gap year was a really good chance for me to just grow and mature a little more before going to college.
Once a month we would have professors from Wheaton come up and run a seminar, and those were exploring big questions of faith or big questions that millennials face.
Also, just the Vanguard community itself is really tight, and we became kind of like a family.
I'm very thankful for these people who are willing to push me, but just care for me so deeply, and definitely I think something unique to this place, to Honey Rock, and to Vanguard as a program.
Basically the whole year was one immersion trip, being here in the Northwoods and interacting with the local community here. Another was going to the Dominican Republic.
It was learning and delving deeper into my faith, but without grades and without this pressure that I've always felt to perform. And I think having the opportunity to learn in such an intimate setting has influenced me in a really positive way.
I think what Vanguard does is it helps you to really discover your true potential and help you to kind of define your own calling.
It's a year of your life, yeah, and you might think, oh, this will set me behind all my friends, but it won't. At this stage in life, you're still so young, and there's still so much time to explore the world and to see what you want to study, and you'll have your 4 years of college, but you don't need to rush into that.
The person I am now compared to the person at the beginning is different in a lot of ways, but probably one of the most important ways would just be less anxiety about the future and more of just present-mindedness and openness to what God is doing and what His plan is from here.
Yeah, I definitely think, looking back on it, taking a gap year and doing Vanguard was the best decision of my life.
I'm Andrea DeMoss.
Stephen Westich.
I'm Monica Gomez.
My name's Austin Farrell.
I found Wheaton my senior year of high school, and I remember thinking there's no possible way I could afford this school.
I did look at the price tag, and I did think I probably can't go here.
You know, you never know what opportunities God will open up to make a place affordable for you to go. And so I decided to continue to pursue it.
I received my acceptance letter and I cried when that day. I remember it perfectly. But then reality struck and I just thought, how am I supposed to pay for that?
A woman in my church said, if you get into Wheaton, they're gonna make a way for you to get through. They're going to find some financial scholarship or loan that's gonna help me get all the way through. And I remember thinking, okay, that's a joke. There's no way.
So I applied and I got 2 letters, memorable letters. One was from the admissions office saying I got in. And I thought, that's brilliant. But the more important letter was the one I got from the financial aid department that said, you got in, but you can come.
My dad is a pastor full-time, so we didn't really have the capacity to pay for that. So we started to pray a lot, and I got in contact with the financial aid office.
The people in financial aid, they're so personal with me, and they've sat down with me and talked to my mom and jumped through every hoop with me and assured me that they're gonna help me make it through, that we're gonna figure out whatever angle we can to help me get a Wheaton education and be able to graduate.
I ended up getting enough help from Wheaton to actually attend and go to this school, which was amazing for me. And I'm so happy that I did because of the educational opportunities, the Christian growth opportunities, the world perspective and change in perspective and challenging perspective that I'm experiencing. Wheaton College really seeks to bless its students to experience all it has.
And we are back here at King Arena, just moments away from the second half of action. The first half saw the Thunder finish up by 1, 37-36 over the Calvin Knights. Real close game so far.
Yeah, and you know, in the first half we talked about halftime adjustments. So here's my prescription for both teams. For Wheaton, you're getting out-rebounded 20-13. There's a huge margin there. You'd like to be able to make adjustments on defense and other things, but at the end of the day, you've got to get boards. So for the big one for Wheaton is just get rebounds. If you're on the Knights team, sorry, that ball. If you're the Knights, your adjustment is a little bit different. You got some foul trouble you got to look at, but it's not that bad. What you've got to do is you've got to figure out a way to control Luke Peters. And with Aston Francis coming back into this game, that's not going to be an easy thing. So you've got to keep the hot Luke Peters hand, silent for this half, and then continue to contain Aston Francis the way you have. A tall order.
Yeah, and for the Thunder, it's going to be coming down to the guard play. We've seen Peters post up against Kennedy a few times. He's gotten inside the bench. If the guards can do that, continue to dominate, and the guards can get a couple rebounds, Thunder have this game.
Absolutely, I think you're right.
So just moments away from the second half. Let's get started. Cool.
Floor with their big lineup. Same for the Thunder, starting 5 on both teams coming back in. So foul trouble not keeping players off of the floor to start this half.
It will be Calvin Ball to get things going. Bykirk to inbound it to Cannony. And the second half of action is underway. Denny with it, Eichelberger guarding him, backdoor cut, Cannony swings it, trying to say he was in the act of shooting. Oh, and they're gonna give it to him. Wow. Francis, they're not gonna give it to him. No. Cannony set up on the line, so it looked like they were, but Francis making a show of placing that ball on the baseline. Inbound to Kromeyer, Cannony on the perimeter. Kromeyer down low for Denny. Denny a fadeaway, long two, and he knocks it down.
Denny's just a special player. I mean, anybody with eyes can watch that here on this deep three floor. He is in control of this Calvin offense at all times.
Peters swings it to Samuelson. Francis trying to post up on Kromeyer. Settles for a fadeaway and knocks it down himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough shot. And if we're making those shots, good for us. But for the most part, that's a very tough shot.
Cannony gets it to Bykirk. Crone saves it and kicks it out to Denny. Now Cannony, a deep three. That one rims out. Rebound ends up with Bykirk. Bykirk working in on Jones, gets around him with a nice move and finishes off the glass. Peters, Jones, back to Peters. Jones inside on Kromeyer, step back, no good, rebound Denny. Wilkes trying to draw,
no.
Come on.
And the bias showing a little bit over in our...
Yeah, even if we weren't biased, that's a bad call.
Here's why it's a bad call. That might be a foul. There's some contact, sure, whatever. Here's why that's a terrible call. Because Michael Wilkes was not going to score. He was looking for a foul 100% the whole time, and that's soft basketball, and I think he's good, and I mean, he's playing in the D3 level that's very high. He's a good basketball player, but in that particular instance, he was going for the foul, and that is absolutely it. And the ref bailed him out. He was about to airball that shot, and Luke Peters
He did airball it. That shot was completed, then the whistle blew.
Yeah, Luke Peters did his best to stay out of the way, and the ref bailed him out. And that's bad reffing, that's bad offense, and the fact that he's going to get 2 points here disgusts me.
Tell me how you really feel, Casey.
I told you I was going to go on a little bit of a rant.
I love it.
And
I love it.
Most of the Calvin fans are probably listening to their broadcast anyway, so I think I'm probably safe to say that.
But hey, if they're not listening, then hopefully they learn something. Gunter kicks it out. Samuelson for three. That one not good. Denny with the rebound pushes it ahead to Wilkes. Cannony. Bykirk. Inside Kromeyer. Kromeyer pulls up and knocks it down. So the Knights jump out to a 5-point lead here in the opening minutes of the second half, and Coach Schauer will take a timeout early on.
And this might be a hey, I want to yell at the ref timeout.
I love it. He deserves it.
He's been known to call those kinds of timeouts. John Panner doing a great job taking over the huddle. He'll cede it to Coach Schauer right here. I mean, that's what happens when I was in the huddle freshman year. If Coach is out there yelling, you've got 5 seconds to make your point, assistant coach, and then he's coming back.
And even once Coach Schauer gets back in there, it's quick.
Yeah,
that is the telltale sign of Coach Schauer going, I'm going to take this timeout because I disagree with you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Coach Vandestreek over there taking the timeout to maybe talk some strategy. And, you know, people always say the first 5 minutes of the second half is crucial, and the Knights have dominated so far in the first, 2 minutes and 15 seconds, whatever it's been. They have been very good, much better than Wheaton, just in short, small sample size. So if they can keep this up, they're in very good shape. Wheaton Thunder have got to find a way to stop that momentum right now.
Peters with the ball. Francis. Back to Peters. Peters working down low, spins baseline. Nice step through, but can't finish. Gunter almost tips it in, and then Bykirk ends up with it. Denny swings it to Bykirk up top. And there will be a foul away from the ball, offensive, and it will be Thunder ball.
Yeah, I think he gets a little bit of a wraparound or something. Yeah, down low, I think that was on...
It looks like it was on Kennedy, and that'll be Kennedy's third.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I was trying to look for something that looked weird, but...
Hey, you know what? At least there's questionable calls going both ways, because I didn't see that one.
Yeah, consistency is good. That's all you can really ask for. Francis with a nice step through, no good. Rebound, Kronmeyer.
That's good defense. If those are the best shots that the Thunder are getting, it's going to be a long second half, I think. You've got to get good shots, and the Calvin Knights right now are getting, layups, open threes, and right as I say that, of course, they turn the ball over. But
good defense again.
Yeah. That's something that I've been impressed by the Wheaton Thunder this season, is I thought that they were going to really struggle on offense and struggle on defense against bigger, stronger teams. This is a bigger, stronger team, and they've done a pretty good job defensively. There's been some breakdowns, but they've been minimal, and I've been very impressed with the Thunder's ability to play good defense on good teams.
Samuelson gets it to Spencer. Gunter. Francis. Come on.
I mean, that's the same kind of thing I was talking about with Cam Denny earlier. It's just the kind of thing where it's, okay, well, this is over. I'm going to hit a three now just because I can, and I'm going to bring my team back into the game. That's what he's such an asset.
At no point before that ball went through did I think he was shooting. That ball was in midair, and I was still like, yeah, no, he's not shooting that. Then it went in, and I was like, oh, maybe he did shoot that. That was absurd. Great shot by Aston Francis. Yeah. Denny kicks it into the corner now. Three from DeWitt at the shot clock buzzer. No good. Peters going the other way. Gets it to Francis. Almost pulled up again, but instead cross court to Samuelson. He rattles it home, and the Thunder regain the lead. Great look by Francis. Threw that ball perfectly on a line. Swung that one around. And finds Ricky Samuelson get the Thunder back on top.
This is the dangerous thing about the Thunder, Nate, is they're never really out of the game. I mean, you got to be up 15 points, not even. I mean, we saw Chicago was up 30 on them.
Yeah.
And they only ended up winning that game by 2 points. I mean, and Wheaton was up with like a minute left. Wheaton was winning that game, ended up losing, I think it was 92-90 or
94-92.
Yeah.
Thunder lost after being down by 30 at the half.
They're never out of a game with the kind of three-point shooting that they're capable of. And I mean, like we said, the Calvin Knights it was all Calvin Knights. And honestly, in my opinion, it's still all Calvin Knights, but it doesn't feel that way because they hit a couple threes, and that's so quick.
Yeah, and it's everybody on the floor for the Thunder. Yeah. This goes back to what I said way too soon, as in the first game soon when I called the Thunder the baby, or the Thunder the baby warrior, saying that everybody is a threat from deep, but they're growing into it. And you know what? I stand by it. I regret nothing.
Wow.
I regret nothing.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Nate Stein affirming his comparison of a D3 basketball team to the Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
Two losses, I believe, thus far in the NBA season for the Warriors.
Yeah, not many. But, I stand by it.
I don't know that the team in white would play quite as well.
Yes, the same Warriors team that is putting up like 120 points per game. That team, yes. I said baby. They're the baby Warriors.
Say baby. That's true. Very baby.
Like a couple weeks old. Kennedy bringing it ahead. Gets it to Denny. Spencer guarding Denny. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy looking inside, finds Welch, and Welch with a good finish.
It's another late rotation. You've got to get to the middle of the key. And you can see them trying. They're just not there soon enough. And that they're setting good. Calvin's setting good screens, and it's really hard to get over good wide screens.
Spencer working on the wing. Backing in on Denny, can't finish. Rebound Quam, good touch pass out to Peters. Peters driving in, can't finish with the left hand. Gunter pulls down the rebound, and it'll be a foul on Welch. That's a man's rebound from Trevor Gunter.
Yeah, Peters is kicking himself for missing that, but Gunter coming in there and mixing it up. It's really important with this team, in my opinion, that you mix it up on the boards. That's why I think the biggest adjustment for the Thunder coming into this half was boards, because they've got to get some of these good big guys in foul trouble. And that's what Gunter did right there. Just get down there, mix it up.
Francis, a deep three off the front iron, tipped out, rebound Truala. Inside for Welch.
Good help by Quam there, coming all the way from the outside.
Cannony. Now inside Bykirk. Peters with the help. Spencer rises up and swats that one away. Thunder going the opposite direction. Francis trying to find some room. And working inside. Out of bounds, last touch Knights. And it will stay Thunder ball.
Yeah, the Thunder really needed a bucket right there, in my opinion, with that block. The gym was excited, and they were just ready to explode. And that's the sixth man, and it was about to take place. And now with this little lull, I'm afraid they might have lost that momentum.
Inbound to Samuelson. Samuelson with Truala on him. Spencer looking for somewhere to go with it. 5 on the shot clock. 3 seconds. Peters goes up off the rim. Samuelson with the rebound, draws the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Good job by Luke Peters with the sense of urgency, just trying to get something off the iron.
Yeah, 2 things that were great about the last 5 seconds of that possession. Right there, Luke Peters going to the basket instead of pulling up and shooting a 3, and then Ricky Samuelson crashing, understanding that as long as that ball hits the rim, I can play it. And that's exactly what happened. And again, when clocks are running down, sometimes teams just don't box out, and Ricky Samuelson was really good at taking advantage of that. He needs to convert.
First one from Samuelson, no good. And after the Thunder knocked down their first 5 free throws, 1 for their last 4.
And Samuelson, pretty much the only player on the Wheaton Thunder team with a respectable free throw average. Coming into this game, I think he was in the 80s, and the second highest
86.
60-something, I believe, for the second highest.
73 Eichelberger, but yes.
Not good.
Bad. Cannony looking for somewhere to go, gets it to Bykirk. Good help from Peters. A foul on the floor. And that's going to be called on Jay Spencer.
Yeah, I didn't see that. That is a very good rotation. You called it in the play-by-play. Very good rotation on Peters to just be aware of where Denny is at all times. It doesn't matter if somebody else on this floor gets the ball. Denny cannot score. He is their best player by far.
So fresh 30 seconds for the Knights. Inbound in. Spencer with another huge block. Thunder off to the races. Peters with it. Takes it himself and finishes at the rim. And there you see the length of Jay Spencer paying massive dividends down low. He's the only Thunder player who's had that much success against Bykirk. Now Denny goes up. That one no good. Rebound Peters. And the Thunder offense working at a high speed right now. Transition 3, no good. Rebound Eichelberger.
No.
Not quite sure what Eichelberger was trying to do there. It looked like he might have been trying to spin that one through, but just lost it. Now Cannony finds himself all alone from deep. Thankfully for the Thunder, that one doesn't go in.
Thunder need to regroup, I think. Slow it down.
Peters working down low. Great step through and finish.
And Peters says, eat your words, Casey Balicki, and I'm scoring. Peters, I believe, with a season high tonight already, 19 points. I don't remember him having scored anywhere close to that.
Yeah, I think his previous season high was 12 or 13. And I think one of the Lee Fun Classic games. Yeah. Bykirk with Spencer guarding him. Bykirk goes up, and a good finish.
That's a tough shot over Spencer. And Spencer, like you said, has done a really good job with just his length and athleticism on Bykirk. Bykirk no slouch in that department either, though. 6'8", definitely gets up.
Francis working on DeWitt. Spins in, kicks it out. Eichelberger for 3. That one short. Gets his own rebound. Out to Peters. Peters drives in and draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Peters is having himself a game. He's doing everything right. I mean, going to the basket here, getting people in foul trouble. I'm a huge fan of the way that Peters is attacking the basket today.
Yeah, this is really the game we're seeing from Luke Peters right now is what we expected to see from day one.
I think that's well said. Like what we've said in the first 3 broadcasts, Luke Peters is the guy that Coach Schauer said has the keys to the car, quote unquote, this season. He said if they're going to be good, Luke Peters has got to have 12 points a game, and I think he said 6 assists or something like that.
Yeah, and honestly, he's not far off. He's averaging 10 points, 6 rebounds. I'm not sure what his assist numbers are, but he's just not getting over that final hump. And if he can continue to compete like he has so far tonight, he's over that hump.
Yeah, if he can replicate this performance, that'll be huge for him. And honestly, he's done a good job. Sometimes it turns out that one scorer scores at the expense of another, where Aston Francis can't score while Luke Peters is scoring. Now, Aston's not putting up the kind of numbers that we're used to, where he's averaging 23 a game, but he's got 11 points with 11 minutes left to go. He's got plenty of time to score, especially since he sat out the whole first half. I mean, he's going to get up to that 15-17 range. You got to believe that. And so the ability for both of these guys to score big points is going to be big for this team going forward.
Van Boxel looking for somewhere to go. Now Denny with it, looking inside, and Samuelson going to get called for the reach-in foul on the entry pass. That will be Samuelson's 3rd. 11.5 to play in the game. Thunder lead by 4. Denny to inbound it for the Knights down low. Van Boxel in the corner. Francis, good recovery to find him. Van Boxel looking for somewhere to go, and as long as he's touching that ball, you'll hear the Thunder student section chanting flopper. And now we'll see Kronmeyer go to the line to shoot a pair after the Francis foul. So now that's Samuelson and Francis, 2 of the Thunder's top scorers, both in foul trouble with 3 with 11 minutes to play in the game.
Yeah, and on the one hand, you hate to see the 2 leading, if you're a Thunder fan, you hate to see the 2 leading scorers get into foul trouble. But on the other hand, if you're a Thunder fan, you love to see Luke Peters stepping up the way he has. But you gotta get one of those 2 guys involved. And if they foul out or get in foul trouble, it's going to be very difficult to get either one of them involved.
So Kronmeyer goes 1 of 2 to draw the Knights within 3 points. Francis with it. Quam. Francis looking down low, has Peters. Peters on Van Boxel. Just goes by him, but can't finish with the left hand. That one spins off the rim. Denny going the other way. Peters steps out on the switch. Wilkes looking for somewhere to go. Denny. 10 seconds on the shot clock. 3-pointer from DeVries, no good. Rebound, Kronmeyer.
Yeah, that's a rebound the Thunder needed right there. Really good rebound by Kronmeyer.
Inside for Denny. Dishes it to Kronmeyer, who finishes with the left.
Second chance points. Got to get rebounds, especially on the defensive end.
Peters looking for somewhere to go, has Eichelberger. Kicked out to Peters. Francis. Francis, a pull-up 3. That one just off the front iron, no good. Rebound Van Boxel.
Big defensive possession here, big offensive possession here for Calvin. This is a big one.
Kronmeyer gets it to Wilkes. Wilkes, fadeaway, somehow rattles that one home, and the Knights are back on top by a point.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where you just kind of get the sense that the momentum is in the balance right now, and that's a big bucket for the Knights. The Thunder need to respond.
Peters gets it to Francis. Francis working on Kronmeyer, takes it baseline and finishes through contact. And there you see Van Boxel incredibly frustrated with Denny. And now a couple Knights players getting into it here.
Yeah, I mean, there was no help defense there from Van Boxel, from Denny. I mean, nobody stepped up, and I think they both kind of expected somebody else to. But at the end of the day, Aston Francis gets 2 points. So in other CCIW action around the league tonight, if you're a Thunder fan, North Central's playing Milliken, North Park is playing Carroll in a couple of conference matchups. The Wheaton Thunder women's team went to UW Oshkosh today, lost by, I believe it was 16 in a game against the 10th ranked Oshkosh. The women's team entering that game ranked 17th in the country. They'll probably drop a few points, you have to expect. But as somebody pointed out to me today, the next time they take the floor, Ellie Zeller will be wearing number 20, and that's huge for the Wheaton Thunder girls team.
Van Boxel bringing it up the floor for the Knights. Denny. Denny, a deep three, and he knocks it down.
It's like it's a decision. Like, I just want to score now. That's like what he's doing. Denny now has 17 points on the night, but they are allowed 17 points.
Yeah, 3 deep threes at big junctures in the game. Malagan drives baseline, kicks it to Samuelson. Samuelson to Peters in the corner. Peters with the size advantage over Kronmeyer, looking to take advantage, gets it down low, 5 seconds on the shot clock. 3, 2, Gunter goes up as the clock expires, rattling around. Spencer gets it and puts it up and in.
Second chance points. If you're the Knights, you are so mad that just happened because you played very good defense. You ran them all the way down to 3 seconds and then just didn't hit Jay Spencer hard enough. They hit him, but he's too tall. You got to move him.
Van Boxel gets it to Denny. Denny drives baseline. Gunter gets in the way. Good defense. Rebound Peters. 8 to play. 56 apiece between the Thunder and the Knights. Malagan up top looking for somewhere to go. Van Boxel providing the defense. Samuelson looking for Luke Peters. Rabid defense there from Wilkes. And there will be a foul on the floor. I think they're going to get Kronmeyer with the push here. Yeah, you can see just throws his hips a little bit to the left. A subtle move, but the refs pick up on it.
Yeah, and Kronmeyer's getting frustrated. You could see the visual frustration, and he was the one that was kind of involved in that tussle with Van Boxel and Denny as well. And so Luke Peters is really getting to him, and only by just posting up and drawing fouls and dishing and doing exactly what we thought he was going to do coming into this season.
Peters, Samuelson in the corner for 3. That one no good. Rebound Welch. Cannony taking it the other way. Inside, huge block by Peters. Offensive rebound Welch, and then he draws the foul, but Peters with a great recovery and getting in there.
And that's 4 on Spencer. A very good block by Luke Peters, like what you said. But almost rather have, if he's going to make the free throws, you'd almost rather have him make it the first time rather than have Spencer, who's played very well, get in foul trouble. But hey, if he's going to miss some free throws, then maybe it's worth it as Spencer heads to the bench.
So the first one no good from Welch. Here's the second of 2 for the lead. That one also rattles out, and Eichelberger rises up and pulls down the board.
Don't get me started on free throws, Nate.
Jones gets it to Francis. Francis, a good look at a 3, no good. And last touch, Denny, so it will be Thunder ball down low.
Now, Francis is a very good basketball player with very good ability to hit contested shots, but I'd like to see him take a little bit more time, try to just get his balance. He can make those shots, but it's a much higher percentage if he's balanced.
Samuelson takes it to the rim. No good. Rebound, Denny. Cannony with it. Denny gets it inside, and Eichelberger tosses that one off the backboard. Peters off to the races, goes up, finishes with the left hand.
Good move in transition there by Peters with the left hand, throw his body into it, get some contact, finish, no call. Big bucket right there to pull ahead.
And a couple of great defensive possessions for the Thunder, back-to-back blocks. Wilkes looking inside, and there's going to be a foul, I believe, on Reagan Jones. And that will be the 7th of the half on the Thunder. So Welch will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Both teams shooting 72% on the game, so a respectable average from both, I suppose.
relatively, for the
Yeah.
Thunder at least. As a team, the Knights are shooting 75, so this is about average for the Knights. And that one no good. Welch struggling from the charity stripe. It'll be Thunder ball up by 2. Eichelberger drives into the lane, finishes at the rim over Bykirk.
That's a good move right there. I'm surprised that the Calvin Knights haven't started making him go left. He's gone hard to his right a couple times, and it's been deadly. You got to make him go left, I think.
So 2-possession game, Thunder up by 4 here. Down low for Bykirk. Peters with some good help. Wilkes pulls up, blocked by Jones. Francis ends up with it. And the Thunder got to have 6 or 7 blocks as a team. And a couple of good looks, but neither Eichelberger or Samuelson wanting to put up a shot, and the Thunder reset. 10 on the shot clock. Eichelberger to his right again and finishes off the glass again. And now we will see a timeout from Coach Vandestreek. And the Thunder taking a 6-point lead, their largest of the night.
Yeah, big little run there by the Thunder. And like we said, I mean, it's just like the simple things, like Kobe Eichelberger going to his right, not getting back in transition. And I think the biggest thing for the Knights is, I checked at 11 minutes and 27 seconds, they were winning the rebounding margin by 9. Right now they're winning the rebounding margin by 2. That means in the last 6 minutes or so, the Thunder have out-rebounded them by 7 rebounds. I mean, that's exactly the kind of adjustment that we needed to see out of the Thunder. And whether it was Coach Husted, Coach Schauer, Coach Husted's the baseball coach, whether it was Coach Schauer, whether it was just the resolve of this team in white to start getting rebounds, honestly, I think the blocks have probably helped in that regard as well. But the Knights have to figure out a way to regain that edge that they had down low. They are not dominating the paint. In fact, they're getting dominated in the paint in the second half.
Casey, I love what you're saying, but I'm going to change the subject on you.
All right, go ahead.
Because, man, it is good to have the football team back in King Arena.
Yeah.
They are bringing a whole mess of energy, and these Thunder players are responding. It's reminiscent of how Joel Smith loved the energy in King Arena last season.
Yeah.
These kids love it, and this is fun. This is a fun atmosphere right now.
Yeah, and it's fun to watch these players kind of step into their own. Like, there's no seniors on this team, so like we've said in the past, they're going to be back here next year, and to kind of get used to what it feels like to have a big crowd, an excited crowd, and feed off their energy is something that the Thunder are going to greatly value, or have great value in next season.
Kromeyer trying to work down low. He gets blocked by Jones, and Jones pulls it down.
The team in white is dominating the paint. Did I say that? They're dominating
I think you said it. Maybe not, though, so I like that you're saying it again. Francis drives in, and one. Come on.
They're dominating the paint, Nathan. This is just a good move. Coming off that screen by Ricky, not using it. Really good presence of mind to finish there by Francis.
And the Thunder out blocking the Knights 6-0. That's big. Blocks are momentum swings every single time.
You're right.
If it's a huge emphatic block, a pin on the backboard, or just a tip like we saw Jones get on that last possession, it's a momentum swing.
Yeah.
And the Thunder now extending to 9 points ahead with inside 5 minutes to play in this game. Denny looking down low. Bykirk can't hang on to it, and it will be Thunder ball once again.
It's a very big swing, a 9-point game all of a sudden.
Yeah.
The Thunder they have control.
Yeah, it's a 9-0 run. We were tied at 56 3.5 minutes ago. Samuelson thought about pulling the trigger, got Wilkes off balance. 10 on the shot clock. Peters resets. Jones for 3. That one no good. Rebound Wilkes. Samuelson pokes it away. Last touch will be Denny. Thunderball on the side.
I'm a little bit disappointed in the way that the Knights are responding to some adversity right now. They're there's not a lot of leadership as far as somebody pulling the team together and saying, hey, right now we've got to make a run and we've got to do it like in the next 30 seconds. And you'd like to see that from Denny. You'd like to see that from any of the other, the seniors on the floor, and they're not getting it. And the Thunder, a young team, have found that leadership in Luke Peters. He's very excited. They've found that leadership in Aston Francis. The Calvin Knights need somebody to step up, rally this team, and say, hey, right now, let's get some buckets.
And there Luke Peters goes 1 of 2, including his first free throw miss of the night. Love that. He's 7 of 8. And the duo of Peters and Francis really turning into that two-headed monster that we've been looking for all season, combining for 40 of the 66 Thunder points.
Wow.
Yeah, Peters with 24, Francis with 16.
Normally I'd say that's very dangerous for a team. But, when you've got Ricky Samuelson, what's he got, 6 tonight or something?
7.
Yeah, when you've got someone with the scoring capabilities that he has dormant like that, it's kind of okay that, 2 guys are taking over because that Ricky Samuelson can do it.
Yeah, and Samuelson having an uncharacteristically cold night from deep. 8-point game, 66-58. After the free throws from Bykirk. Francis looking for somewhere to go. Great first step, tries to go up and finish. Shot gets affected by the attempted block by Denny. Cannony now with it. Into the corner, Bykirk drives baseline, goes up. Double clutch, can't finish, gets his own rebound. Goes up, draws the foul, finishes through contact. So there's the response for the Knights. With Bykirk going to the line to finish off the three-point play, a chance to draw within 5 after being down 10 25 seconds ago, basically.
Yeah, and Nate, I can't emphasize enough, I want to see some leadership out of especially Cam Denny as, the obvious senior leader as far as points, as far as he's one of the oldest on the team, etc., everything. I want to see it out of him, but also Nick Kronemeyer as a senior. These are 2 guys that have been frustrated amongst, or even more than, the other players, and you can't have that out of your 2 seniors. You got to have composure, and I want to see those 2 seniors right now step up and have composure and lead their team.
Francis gets it to Samuelson. Swing pass, Jones for 3. No good. Rebound, Kronemeyer. Kronemeyer slows up. Gets it to Denny. Denny looking for Bykirk inside. Now Denny trying to work down low on Peters. Good step through and finishes with the right hand.
It's a very good move by Denny. It's tough to guard something that athletic, that quick. But they've got to get stops. At the end of the day, the Calvin Knights have got to get stops.
And now we see a timeout from Coach Schauer. Casey, you mentioned a game of runs.
Yeah.
And after a 10-0 run from the Thunder, a 7-0 run from the Knights, who are now just down by 3 with 2:46 to play here at King Arena.
Yeah, and so for those of you who weren't planning on staying tuned for the end of this game, which I cannot imagine why that would be the case.
It was a one-point game
now.
at half. Don't be ridiculous.
For those of you who weren't planning on staying around because maybe someone's calling you, or maybe there's a TV show that starts at 8:30 and you want to watch it.
TiVo it,
because I am going to, for the first time in my broadcasting career, announce tonight's player of the game. At the end of the game. This is something that we talked about in our last broadcast, Nate, that we said we might want to have become a fixture. So I've been thinking about it.
And as we're talking about you making things fixtures, you got to take over the broadcast. This is my last broadcast of this season. Yeah. For those of you at home, I will not be here on campus second semester. I have the amazing opportunity to study abroad in Madrid. Very excited for that, but it does mean I'm kind of ditching Casey, leaving him out to dry here for the second half of the season after our Christmas break.
Yeah.
But you're in trustworthy hands, I think.
I'll be calling the games, I believe, with Mike Hickerson. He's been calling the girls' games for those of you major Thunder fans who watch both teams.
Hey, why not? Girls' team is very good.
Very good. But, Nate, we will miss you. I especially will miss you. It's been a good several years.
Yeah, this is our last broadcast together, period, not just of the season.
Well, let's not get mushy. Let's watch this great game here as 2:38 left.
Samuelson gets caught in no man's land in the air, trying to dish it to Jones. Just kind of throws it away. Good look from Francis. And Welch just The big body of Welch, 6'8", 220, having an effect on Samuelson there.
Yeah, and like you said, it had an effect. I'd like to see Ricky go up with that ball, but I think he was just got a little bit afraid of the blocked shot.
Welch looking inside, finds Kromeyer, kicked out. Now Welch looking inside. Denny can't hold on to it, and it will be Thunder ball after the Calvin turnover.
Nate, here's my question. What's the harm in diving after that ball?
Bodily harm, but who cares?
I would like to see a dive there.
I agree with you.
We've seen it from Aston Francis. We've seen it from Luke Peters. I would like to see a dive there with 2 minutes left in this very tight game.
Yes, I agree with you there. I think he should have dove for that ball.
Dove? Divided.
No,
Divin?
It's dove.
Is it dove?
Yes.
Dived?
No, dived is not correct.
Maybe not.
I apologize if Casey's high school or college English teacher is listening. Casey, you should be ashamed.
I don't have a bachelor's degree yet. I don't have to know these things. In 6 months, in 6 months when I graduate, then I will have to have one. We had our producers making fun of us in our ear there, saying they know which one is right.
With reason.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
I think that's the second time this season you've tried to say dive.
No, I do it for the people at home, Nate.
Do you? Peters, entry pass to Eichelberger, trying to go at Denny, and there will be a foul. I think that's going to be on the help side on Cannony. That's his fourth. So Cannony in hot water here with 2 to play.
Can't take him out of the game, though, at this point.
Yeah, you're right.
Puts Kevin Van Der Streek, the, I think, 27-year coach of the Calvin, maybe 21. I mean, he's been there for a while. Puts him in a tough position here as he's going to, it looks like he's going to like to take Welch out, put Bykirk back in. Those two switching back and forth. I think they're both in foul trouble, so maybe trying to just keep one of them in at all times.
Eichelberger knocks down the second, extends the Thunder lead to 5 points as we come down to the final few minutes of action. Denny with it, Peters on him, swings it to Truala.
Yeah.
And it will be a charge there. Luke Peters takes the charge. Thunder ball. Denny with the offensive foul.
Now, can we just watch this and revel in it? I love a good charge. He had the head snap.
Honestly, that's a good call.
Very good call.
Denny actually lowered his shoulder. It's not often that we see the right charge call in that situation.
Yeah, I think that was a great call. Really well done by Luke Peters to put his body on the line there. Honestly, could be a huge moment. Could be a 4-point swing if they get a bucket here.
Spencer with it up top. Swings it to Eichelberger. Peters. It's into the corner for Eichelberger. 3 on the shot clock. And it'll be a kick ball. 1 on the clock. I'll put 15 back on for the violation. So Thunder lucking out there.
Yeah. I'm not sure that Kobe Eichelberger knew just how little time he had trying to make a pass that low in the shot clock. I probably would have just gone with the floater with the right hand.
Samuelson up top, swings it to Francis. 10 to work with on the shot clock as we are inside a minute left in regulation. 3 seconds, Francis pulls up. No good, rebound Eichelberger. Huge board, draws the foul. He'll go to the line. And that's a massive offensive rebound from Kobe Eichelberger.
It's just, all credit in the world to Kobe Eichelberger. That's an amazing offensive rebound. But shame on Cam Denny. Box out. You've got to hit somebody in this game. I mean, you're down 5 points with less than a minute, and you're bird watching. That cannot happen. And that's why Kobe Eichelberger goes to the line right here to make it a 7-point game, which makes it a 3-possession game. This is a huge, huge offense by Denny. I mean, he's been the best player on the Calvin team all night, obviously, but that's very, very lazy, and it's going to cost their team the win, I think.
And Eichelberger goes 2 of 2 from the charity stripe and gets himself into double-digit points. He's got 10 on the night. There's a timeout on the floor. And the Thunder, like you said, up 7. It's a 3-possession game now with 48 seconds to play.
Now, I just got done railing Cam Denny, but let me tell you something. He can do this. With 48 seconds, that guy has a lot of talent, and he can bring them. I mean, if I've learned anything in the last year, it's watching Texas A&M play in the national tournament last season. I've learned there is almost no deficit that's too big. 14 points in, like, what was it, 30 seconds?
I don't even think it was that much. I want to say it was inside 20 seconds.
It was ridiculous is what it was. And so, I mean, this is doable on every level, especially when you have a player of Denny's caliber. This is doable.
Yeah, we see Denny come down the floor and just say,
yeah,
all right, cool, I'm scoring now, let's go.
Yeah. So we'll see what he's got for us here in these last 45 seconds.
Van Boxel going to take it himself, a deep two, no good. Rebound, Eichelberger. And, I was about to say, if they didn't foul here, when do you foul?
Yeah,
so now Eichelberger going back to the charity stripe where he is 4 of 4 on the night.
The big thing for Thunder tonight, I mean, you hate to say it, but they're 14 for 18 from the free throw line, 77%. If they shoot their season average tonight from the line,
just 65, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, that's right around, 4 or 5 more missed free throws. That makes this a game.
And Eichelberger stays perfect from the line, and Kobe just 1 rebound away from a nice-looking double-double. 12 points, 9 boards so far. Denny looking inside. Spencer gets called for the foul. I think that's his 5th, so his night will be over. As we see Gunter get up, and it will be Spencer has a decent night, getting some good minutes, couple blocks. 2 blocks, a rebound. Honestly, his efficiency numbers are decent.
Yeah.
He had a solid game.
Yeah, I totally agree with that analysis. I mean, he had a solid 16 minutes. Those minutes were big minutes for him, and he didn't score that many points. He didn't have a ton of rebounds. He had some blocks. He had some good plays, but those were big minutes, if only because he's 6'8" and athletic, and gave Denny a little bit of trouble when he was guarding him.
Yeah, and he did a lot of things, to your point, that aren't going to show up on the box score.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He affected shots. I think if there's an affected shots stat, he's got 4 or 5.
Yeah, exactly. Little press action here going into the diamond press, looking for a turnover is Coach Vanderstreek and his Calvin Knights. Coach Schauer's going to call a timeout with 22 seconds left on the shot clock. Not really.
Why didn't they foul? Like, I get going for the steal, but as soon as they get as soon as the Thunder got 2 or 3 passes off, why not foul?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I'm trying to think of why I wouldn't foul in this situation, especially with, I mean, anybody you foul on the Thunder's team besides possibly the exception of Ricky Samuelson has been shooting like a hack-a-shack all season.
Yeah, but tonight it's the opposite.
Yeah, tonight they're shooting very well, and so maybe he figures that if he fouls, it's just going to be 3 points, and his team has a much better chance challenging this young team, trying to get them to turn the ball over. But I agree with you. I think it's strange. I hope it's not that they've given up. I mean, this is still a game that's winnable for them. I hope it's not that they've given up.
I would be shocked if they weren't fouling, unless it's a direct violation of what their coach wants them to do. I'd be shocked if Coach Vanderstreek was just saying, oh, you know what, this game's over, don't foul, but now we do see a foul.
That's 5 very precious seconds off the clock, though.
If there's 40 seconds still, that's one thing. But inside 20 seconds before you foul in a 3-possession game, I don't get it.
Some strange decisions here, some inexplicable things. Perhaps only Coach Vanderstreek and the people on the Calvin bench know what the strategy was there. Nonetheless, Aston Francis will go to the line. He'll make it an 8-point game. One more makes it tieable with 3 threes, and Nate, it's looking like it's getting out of reach.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the Thunder are starting to lock this down, and it comes from the second half adjustments. We talked a lot about it. The Thunder in the second half, hands down, dominated in the paint.
Dominated.
I think they had 4 of their 6 blocks in the second half.
Yeah.
Kobe Eichelberger got himself really close to a double-double. Still has a shot to get it. This one's no good. Rebound, Gunter.
Yeah.
And that'll do it. Aston Francis isn't even going to have to take this one across midcourt. As we wait for the horn, it goes off. Your final score, the Wheaton Thunder 74, the Calvin Knights 65. The Thunder get back into the win column and improve to 5-3. The Knights fall to 3-5. Casey, who are you thinking for player of the game?
And as Coach Schauer walks over, the player of the game, the first ever, is Luke Peters on the night. He has 4 rebounds, 24 points, leading this team to an impressive victory over a pretty good Calvin team coming from the MIAA, which is a great conference. Luke Peters, a little coming out game, as we have said, and we're going to talk to Coach Schauer about that win right now.
But it's really my fault, you know. I mean, down the stretch of games, I've got to do a little bit better job of helping a young team, take a few more timeouts, give him something to sort of settle him a little bit. But we've played great all year. And, I don't know how people feel, but we got something good going here because we play one junior more than 10 minutes a night. And everybody else is freshmen and sophomores. We play hard. We did not play well tonight, but we just compete every night. And when you do that, you got a chance. It's going to be a fun team to watch.
Coach, the story of this season so far has been Aston Francis, the sophomore transfer, really going off tonight. Luke Peters coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, well, I don't know about out of the woodwork. Luke has played really well. One of the signs of being a good team is you can get offense from different places. And, Luke was special tonight, but Luke's been really good most of the year. We had a night that Aston, teams are going to focus so much on Aston now because he can just score and really score from anywhere around the floor. Spreads the floor, and I thought Luke took advantage of it a lot tonight. It's a great advantage to have our point guard be our best post scorer. He kind of reminds me of a guy that is his older brother. They're very similar styles, and it's a real tough matchup. Elmhurst tried to put a forward on him. Other teams don't. I mean, it's a tough way to guard us. So I thought it was special. I thought Kobe was really great down the stretch, making free throws. We've failed down the stretch a couple times. And, we're up 10. They cut it to 3 with the ball, and I thought our guys just persevered and found a way.
All right, Coach, thank you for your time. Congrats on the win. There you have it, your final score here from King Arena, the Wheaton Thunder 74, the Calvin Knights 65. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. For Casey Balicki, and I'm Nate Stein.